You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I've long contended that, a couple of particular sporting organizations that went woke over the years never, ever made sense, okay? And I'm talking about the NHL, talking about NASCAR, and I'm talking about MLB. I would contend that a lot of those fans of all three of those sporting entities are, in large part, conservatives, especially Major League Baseball and NASCAR. But they both went woke. They dived headfirst into all these, creating DEI policies and having all these pride months, this and that and the other, while their customer base destroyed them over it. And a lot of that stems, of course, their fight against you-know-who, President Donald J. Trump. Well, now something has emerged that is very eye-opening indeed, and that is former Major League player Trevor Bauer having been suspended from Major League Baseball, all right, over allegations that, by the way, one of the women right now is facing a long prison sentence for making or faking a pregnancy or something of that nature. Nonetheless, a lot of us were very skeptical of the allegations against Trevor Bauer. A lot of us feel like he should be playing in Major League Baseball. And now it is emerging what is the root cause of maybe all of this and why he's not in the league. And that's Rob Manfred in Major League Baseball having an issue with the support of President Trump by Trevor Bauer. Wow. I mean, seriously, they've taken this guy's career away because he is a Trump supporter. I can't say it surprises me. I really can't in today's climate. A congressman has claimed that Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred is barring Trevor Bauer's return to the league over the pitcher's support of President Donald Trump. Bauer was suspended 194 games by Major League Baseball in 2022 after being accused of sexual assault by a total of 4 women. The former Dodger star has not played in Major League Baseball since, has had stints in professional leagues in Japan and Mexico. The 34-year-old has maintained his innocence through all the legal proceedings, settling with one accuser while another is facing 16 years after being charged following the alleged faking of a pregnancy and asking Bauer for money for an abortion. Imagine that. And yet, it has been 4 years since the right-hander took to the mound in Major League Baseball. Representative Eric Burleson has questioned his exile from the majors. Burleson wrote a letter to Commissioner Rob Manfred in which he suggested Bauer's lack of a second chance is linked to his past support of Trump. Mr. Bauer was suspended for 324 games, the longest non-lifetime suspension in the history of the league, despite the fact that L.A. County District Attorney's Office declined to pursue criminal charges against him, citing insufficient evidence, Burleson wrote via Fox News. And guys, in today's political climate, if the L.A. County DA thought he was a Trump supporter and they could nail him, they would have done it. I'm just going to keep it real. I believe they would have went after him. All right, that's my opinion, but you get my point. We all watch the radicalness of that particular area and their policies by their DAs. In July of 2021, Bauer was placed on administrative leave as part of an investigation into the allegations that were opened against him. He was continued on leave into the start of 2022 season before being handed a 324-game ban, equivalent of 2 seasons that April. Bauer appealed the suspension in December of 2022, and it was reduced to 194 games, the time he missed in 2021 while on administrative leave, and in the entire 2022 season. He was reinstated immediately, but the Dodgers released him before the start of the 2023 season. Given that no legal action was taken against Mr. Bauer, I am concerned his absence may be tied to certain political statements he made that diverged from prevailing league orthodoxy. as well as statements he made that were critical of MLB, particularly you, Burleson continued. Specifically in 2016, Mr. Bauer publicly expressed positive views about then candidate Donald J. Trump, including comments on social media praising Trump's campaign rhetoric and an outsider status. Additionally, Mr. Bauer is responding to a social media post noting his belief that disrespecting fellow human beings should not be tolerated, which was taken as opposition to MLB's DEI policies. What? And lastly, Mr. Bauer made a number of remarks prior to his suspension critical of the MLB and specifically you, talking about Rob Manfred, ranging from expanded playoffs to the marketing of MLB players to the then refusal of MLB to investigate pitchers using sticky substances. Given the timing and severity of Mr. Bauer's suspension, it is reasonable to question whether Major League Baseball's actions were influenced by his political stances and criticisms of Manfred and MLB rather than the allegations against him, which have since been undermined by judicial review and evidentiary shortcomings. Wow. Burleson noted that Bauer's 324-game suspension was reduced to 194 after Bauer was cleared by the judicial system, but claimed that Manfred and MLB are still trying to keep him out of the league, effectively making his 194-game suspension a lifetime one. Wow. Wow. That is huge. Seriously, that's a big bomb to drop, but I can't say it's all that surprising that Rob Manfred in Major League Baseball might want to keep somebody out of the league because they're a vocal Trump supporter. Is that shocking to anybody? Because I don't think it is. I mean, Rob Manfred is absolutely one of the worst commissioners in the history of all sports. Hell, they all are now. I mean, any of them that were at the helm coming through 2020 when fentanyl Floyd and all that fallout happened, of course, this doesn't shock me at all. All right? Now, again, this congressman's asking a question. Hey, what's going on here? You trying to tell me that there's no team in Major League Baseball that could use Trevor Bauer on their roster? I find that hard to believe. Very hard to believe. And I hate to break it to Rob Manfred. How many Trump supporters would you guess are in Major League Baseball playing right now? 3/4 of the entire league? I mean, honestly, let's be real. I think you might be able to extrapolate that across most of sports. I'd be shocked. I would like the number, how many actually supported him in the NBA, because I bet that number would surprise the hell out of a lot of those NBA players in all their causes and the message. Wow. Wow. That's big, folks. If Rob Manfred and MLB gets exposed that they have banned Trevor Bauer, they have blackballed him from coming back in the league, a little behind closed doors agreement with all these various clubs because he supports Trump, good luck with your business model. Seriously. Do you know how many baseball fans are in red states? A lot of them. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.